Hi Year 6, I'm Miss Forshu. I've been teaching at Gymea Technology High School for 4 years now, and I've been a member of the English staff that whole time. I'm really sorry that I can't meet you in person yet, but we thought we'd do a little bit of a lesson of what we do here in English. Today we're going to look at logo design, and please feel free, all these activities and resources will be on Moodle for you, I think, or the website, and you can participate along at home. So my first question for all of Year 8 is about logos. Why do you think we use them? Why do you think they're important? Everything that we have has logos. Why are they important? Yes, Alex?
For branding, so you know what something is from, to like a shoe brand like Nike, for example.
Yes.
They're a different type of shoe, so you know that it's Nike.
Absolutely. It has this kind of identity, good girl. It has this identity associated with it. Well done. Why else? What else might it do for us? Yes.
It's a symbol that we associate with something, and it can kind of, like, in a nutshell, show what something is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to put on the board so everyone can see what we're working on today. So I have my definition up the top, and then we have a quick activity looking at some really famous logos that do exist. So I might just read off it so while we're waiting for it to come up. It says, and read along with me, Year 8. Logos are symbols that help us identify a brand. They need to be memorable as they are the product that makes us associate something to a visual identity. Here it is, nice and big. Can you say that up the back, okay, ladies? Wonderful. In addition to this, logos help people understand what you do. They help you understand your purpose. So Year 8, when you're designing your logos, what you really need to do is make sure the purpose is there. It should communicate to me what you're wanting to achieve through your campaign. Not only do they show us what you want to do and what you want to achieve, it is a tiny image that has a big responsibility. So down the page, and I'm sure you can play along at home, I've got 4 very, very famous logos. What I want you to do is identify what brand each of these logos belongs to, and what makes it memorable, and what do you associate it with. Let's start with the one that Alex brought up, which was the Nike Tick, yes? So, the brand name for this is the Nike Tick. Does anyone know the catchphrase for Nike? Yes, Ola?
Just do it.
Just do it. Okay, absolutely. That's what we call their catchphrase or their tagline in advertising. What makes this particular symbol memorable? We see this symbol and we know it's to do with Nike. What makes it so memorable? Yes, lovely.
It's like simple and it's like everywhere.
Yes, so there's 2 things that are really important that Penny mentioned there. So firstly, it's simple. When you're designing a logo, it can't be too flashy, it can't be too detailed, particularly because if you're going to make it small, if it's too detailed, you won't be able to see it properly. Yeah? The other thing is, Penny said that it's everywhere. It's very easily recognised. Okay, let's move on to a harder one. The brand name is right there. Let's see if we say it properly. What brand is it for? Adidas. Good. No one in here is American. No Adidas is going on in here. That's how they say it. Or Adidas. I don't know. This is memorable for the same reasons. Yes? However, what you associate it with is different. It's memorable because it, again, is very clear. It's not very detailed, and it's everywhere. But have a look at this image here in particular. What do you think this particular symbol is supposed to represent? Zach? Oh, okay. Not quite. It's not an Australian brand. Yeah? And remember, Adidas is a global brand, which means lots of people have to engage with it. Yes?
A mountain.
Yes, so good job, Alani. It's actually supposed to be a mountain. Now it looks like the peaks of a mountain. Of course, they could draw it like this, like, oh, I don't know, good mountain. Like I was trying to get the ridges in there, I don't know. Maybe it's got like some snow on top. It doesn't look very clear. It's not very striking, yes? The reason that here they have the 3 bars is it makes it more clean. A logo needs to be clean. What about this one? This one has changed and this is very different. The logo used to be very different when it first came out. Jen?
That's Instagram.
It's Instagram. It's Instagram. Now it used to not look like that at all. It was a horrible logo. It was too detailed, too busy, and when it was small, you really couldn't see it very well. That's why they've made it so much cleaner. What do we associate, firstly, the symbols with here? What does it look like? Go for it, love. It looks like a camera, very clearly. So we have the outline of the camera here, we have the lens, and we have the flash. Absolutely. Why do you think they've used those particular colours? So they picked that lovely pink and orange. How come it's not brown? It used to, by the way, it used to be brown. It was horrible. Why do they pick bright colours? Yes, Star? It does. It stands out. It's very visually appealing. You also have to remember, who is Instagram targeted to? What audience are they looking to get to? Luke? Teenagers, absolutely. So if you had really ugly colours, it's not going to catch your attention. But we see these lovely, pretty ombre effect here. Of course, it's going to attract our attention. The last and final of the 4 logos I'm looking at today is, of course, come on, Year 8, what is it for? Yeah, their favourite. Not at all. Not at all. Not too bad. Now, I actually think that the TikTok logo, from an English teacher's perspective, is actually quite effective. There's a few things that make it not memorable, but very, very effective. What might they be? Have a look at it. Jen, go for it. Good. So firstly, very clearly, and not many logos do this, they have strong contrast between black and white. If you can see very carefully, there's also some colour to create some depth there. I want you to think about, and this is throwback to music, because I don't know if you guys know this, what was the original function of TikTok? Why was it invented? Why did it come around? Do you know? Really? Goodness. TikTok actually originated because young people would want to take videos of them singing and performing. It was a way of getting people who were musicians getting their music out to the rest of the world. Okay? If you look very carefully, let's see how well you remember what I taught you in Year 7 music, because I did teach that as well at some point. What does it look like, Lydia? It's a quaver. It's very, very clever for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it looks like a quaver, which is worth half a beat in music. Also, it looks kind of like a T for TikTok. So it's actually really, really clever use of branding. Now, this is the thing about logos. We don't notice that on the first go. Yes, it's our job to kind of pull apart these messages and figure out exactly what brands are doing. Then when we create our own logo, we can use those same techniques to get people really interested in our brands. So, Year 6, that's the end. I hope you've enjoyed your little look into English. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next year.